I love you, yeah, buddy! And to everyone in the chat, we love you too. Is that right, Rich Mitch?
That's right. We love everyone in the chat. Hello, everyone.
How have you been? Why are you late? What happened?
Oh no, I got caught up in the game. I literally got caught up in the Europa League final. The penalties was high drama. It was high drama. There was 20. All the outfield players scored, and then the Villarreal goalkeeper scored, and then the Man United goalkeeper missed, so they lost, and it was harsh. But that was life.
It was harsh. Life goes on, right?
Life goes on. It was harsh, but
Rich was like, "We can't start the stream yet. There's a penalty kick out." So
yeah.
I listened to Rich watch the penalty shootout, screaming after every kick, literally.
That's right, I did. Somebody's already said it. Good evening. Good evening.
You know, I think, like, I guess you English are crazy for football the same way Canadians are for soccer.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
For hockey, sorry.
Oh, right. For hockey, yes.
All right, hockey. Yes. Like, hockey
is
religion in Canada. Like,
yes,
every kid at 3 or 4 years old, they've got a pair of skates and they're learning how to skate. My kids had skates and they skated ice skate. And I guess that's the same way you guys view. Actually, most of Europe views soccer the same way, wouldn't they?
Yes, that's right. In Italy, right, all the dads take all the boys to the football like pitches, and then the first thing they do when they're like 4, 5, 6 is find out if they're going to be a footballer, and then after that, if they find out after that they find out then right he's not going to be a footballer, what else is he going to do with his life? Do you know what I mean? Right. The culture's it's like that. I mean, not everybody, but you know what I mean. That's what like the culture's like. It's like, is he going to be a footballer? Yes or no? No, fine, right. We'll find something else for them to do. You know what I mean?
We'll put him in ballet if he's not going to be a footballer.
Yeah, that's right. He can do ballet. He can be a chef or a cook or a waiter or any of these other professions. But you have to see if he's going to be a footballer first. Oh dear, what we got. So how have you been?
I've been well. I did get a haircut, and I think we need to congratulate Tara on her 3-time Teacher of the Year award, MVP. Tara, everybody give Tara a big applause. Applausa. Yay!
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, I got a rogue barber, so it was time. It's the longest I've probably went without getting a haircut, but I left work early yesterday to get a haircut. I couldn't tolerate it. It was so damn hot. It was extremely hot. And then today was like the opposite. It was pissing rain all day.
Yeah, it's been raining here as well, but then it was a little bit, it's been like a mixture of both. It's meant to be quite warm tomorrow. So yeah, that's right. What's Galen saying? Galen come up with a fun fact. What the English call football is really like, shut your pervert. This man is twisting words. Silver tongue. Silver tongue.
Judd the Stud 02. Is this still the Judd the Stud that I know? Or is this like...
I've heard of Judd the Stud, but I don't know.
We had Judd the Stud on here once before.
Did we?
I don't know if you were here. Eugene thinks I do not think I'm a model, but you must. Thank you. Yeah, we call it soccer here out of ignorance.
Jesus Christ, Spy and Mash. Spy and Mash says that read in my newsfeed that Thomas from Ouch 110 won his employment tribunal against Bloom Perfumery with a £15,000 payout. Well done, him. Absolutely. Well done. Get in. I'm well over the moon for him.
So out of the loop. I have no idea what you just said or what you're hinting to.
You know Ouch 110, the perfume channel.
I do.
Right? He got sacked from it. He got let go or sacked from Bloom Perfumery. And apparently he's had them up at an employment tribunal. And he's won.
For what?
He's won.
What reason?
I don't know why he was let go. I don't know why he was let go, but apparently he's won at this employment tribunal, and he's been given £15,000.
Wow, that's a solid check.
That's a pretty
and
great
a whole
check.
lot of.
Like,
I wonder if he's going to cash it in over there and trade it in for perfume.
yes, they get it back. Yes, they get it back.
What's up, Jonathan?
Hello, Houdini.
Who's Houdini Scat Pack?
Scat Pack. Scat Pack.
Yeah, it's football. I feel the same way, Zhao. To me, it's just soccer. I hated soccer, and I never got it. Like, as a kid, it was just like, you kick this ball down the field, and like you have 50 guys running down the field chasing the ball, and then the ball goes all the way down the other end, and 50 guys running down the field chasing this ball. It's just like back and forth chasing this ball. I was like, yeah, no. You don't even get to hit each other. Like in hockey, at least get to fight.
Yes. Yes. We've got boxing for that. And rugby. I like rugby.
So hockey is literally, it's a soccer and boxing match in the same sport.
Yeah, with the stick. With a stick on ice.
Oh shit! I thought it was the third time. Why did I think that was you were like a three-time MVP? I take it back then. Tara says this is the first time, and she got her own parking spot, which is cool.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, she got her own parking spot. That's fine. So have you bought anything? Have you received anything?
Yeah. Is Rudy here?
I don't know if Rudy's here. Rudy, are you here?
Louis Anthony says he's got his papyrus oud, and mine should be here shortly. How do you like it? Yes, this is the same Judd the Stud. Houdini.
Oh, well, hello. Houdini, did you get that package? I sent that parcel off first class yesterday.
A football haircut. What is a football haircut? Is that a football haircut?
I think you might have one. Yeah.
What is a football? I've never heard of that term.
It's just. I think it's just like what the young lads get these days. So.
You know, usually during every Euro Cup, which this year is, or World Cup, some young hotshot soccer player comes up with a new haircut that starts a trend. And I think one of them started the faux hawk many years ago. Was that not what's the Portuguese guy's name? Ronaldo?
Ronaldo, yeah.
And then before him, it was the other guy from Brazil where he shaved his whole head and he just left that little patch like right here.
That was a different Ronaldo.
Right.
That was the real Ronaldo.
So it's like every kid around the world gets the matching haircut.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, that's right.
Oh, damn. Right. Zhao, look at that. She's all hot and sweaty.
Eugene looks like Eden-Roc with black hair. Eden-Roc's from Bosnia and Herzegovina. That's not even a place now, is it? Herzegovina has its own place.
My parents are from there. Who do I look like? Yeah. Who do they say?
Eden-Roc.
Who's that?
He's a football player.
Yeah, I don't know. I can never get on with soccer.
Oh, well.
I don't know who that is, Eden-Roc.
Eden-Roc, I'll put it into...
You know who that is? I'm going to have to search.
Yeah, I know who Eden-Roc is. He plays for Roma, I think. He used to play for Man City. He's a good player.
But he's Bosnian?
He's either Bosnian or Herzegovinian.
Well, yeah, it's just kind of the same...
I think they're separated. I think they're separated.
I do not look like Eden-Roc. I might have like the similar haircut.
Oh no, it's still the same country. Sorry, I'm thinking.
You look like Charlie Sheen. Does that mean I'm winning?
Winning, that's right. You've got AIDS. That's what it means.
Dude, would you take Charlie Sheen's life if you could switch with your own?
No.
No?
No.
Man, I bet that guy lived a mean life.
No, mate, he's deeply unwell, man. Like, deeply unwell. He's got AIDS. He was a fucking coke addict. He's fucking,
Yeah,
he has actually got AIDS.
How much fun he had, like, contracting it?
Oh, I don't know, man.
Look at that.
What's that?
I don't know. I think Charlie Sheen is handsome.
Yeah, but it puts you off when you know that he's got like a fucking lethal sexual transmissible disease. Oh, Yoshi. Bloom charges the same as everyone else. Somebody tried to charge me, and somebody tried to charge me and Aram $254 the other day. So postal charges can go out the fucking window.
Oh, I got your package shipped out.
Oh, thank you very much.
So I shipped it to Le Parfumier. I spoke with
Yay.
yesterday, Tuesday. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she should probably receive it hopefully by Friday.
Excellent.
And I don't know if you're getting anything else shipped your way with that.
I think I am. Audrey Jane wants a soap off them, and I'll probably get either another bottle of Pavarotti or a bottle of Dior Homme. They've got like 2014 bottles of Dior Homme. So I'll probably get a backup of one of them because it's disappearing fast. And they're only like 80 quid. They're only selling them for like 80 quid, which is a decent price, I thought. Because they'll go up in price when they disappear. Those will go through the roof.
Misia or La Pausa? You know what my answer is? Chanel.
What is your answer?
Exclusive Misia or La Pausa? My answer is both.
Go.
You simply need both.
Which one do you think's better? Which one do you prefer?
Man, that's not a very easy answer, or a question to answer. Well, depends what you like. Like La Pausa is vetiver and iris, and Misia is violet. It's a powdery rose violet, makeup-y, lipsticky accord with a nice woody, leathery dry down. I'm going to say both. Both are great. Whichever one you go with, you can't go wrong. How about that? Flip a coin.
You flip a coin.
What you been wearing, Rich?
Yesterday, I wore Prada Amber Pour Homme because I went for a steak.
Misia. Rizard saying La Pausa. Sean saying La Pausa. Oh, there he is. Always.
Yeah, Rudy's yeah.
Always late. Always late. We're watching you, Rudy. So you went for a steak. Right. What'd you wear for your steak?
Prada Amber Pour Homme, which that was yesterday. It was very nice, very pleasant, very, very, like, if you're going to be around a lot of people, that's a decent perfume to wear. So I wore that yesterday, and today I wore KAZIMI by House of Matriarch. A nice wet, dewy, little bit spicy rose.
Okay, I think I have Prada Amber Pour Homme. Let me have a quick look.
It's really nice. Better than Eden-Roc.
Hey. I have Prada Amber Pour Homme.
You like Prada Amber Pour Homme, or you don't like it?
I said I do. I have a bottle. Do you have this? Do you have this bottle?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, let's spray this.
Let's.
I'll be honest. I don't think I've ever worn this. Like,
oh, it's lovely.
I know what it smells like, but I've never. Violets.
I get the saffron. I get the saffron and the labdanum. And I
It
think they're
has
lovely.
notes right on here. Resin, labdanum, patchouli, cardamom, saffron,
and leather.
It's very floral and powdery.
It's lovely. If I was going to get that type of fragrance, then I would get this one. Not just because it's cheaper than most other designer fragrances that smell like this. You know, like this is the sort of stuff that Dior's putting out in the high end line now. It's
very soapy.
Yes, it is. It's very soapy. It is. Zhao says it's the perfect soapy fragrance, and it is. It's one of the best designer releases I've smelled.
Yeah,
as like in the main designer line.
It's clean, but it's not boring.
Yes,
it has depth.
Yes, exactly. It smells more like moisturizer. It smells like soap with moisturizer in it. It smells like it's got a lot of.
I feel like there's violet in here.
I don't think there's violet in it. I don't feel violet. The color of the juice is violet. The color of the juice is violet. Some people are saying that it's safe. Yeah, it's casual. Yeah, I wore it yesterday when I went for a meal with me mate. It was very nice, safe, smelled clean, smelled like you just got out the shower. It does. I can understand why people would get bored with it. But at the same time, I think if you're going to have a boring, everybody needs a boring fragrance. That's not going to hurt anyone. Not going to.
Can you compare it to the Extreme?
No, I think the Extreme's much darker. The Extreme's much deeper and darker. There's just more of it. Do you know what I mean? It's just more sort of thick and like probably a bit more resinous, a bit more patchouli in it. I think. It certainly gives off that, like, it's more shadowy, if that's like a decent way to describe it.
Has this been discontinued?
I don't think it has, but it wouldn't surprise. I don't know actually. I don't know, but you're giving us fear of missing out now, so I might get it.
Get 3 back.
I might get it back. Yeah, that's right. Prada Amber Pour Homme Intense. Do you think a woman could wear that? I think a woman could wear this very easily.
It's very soapy. Yeah, absolutely.
So in the intense version, there's myrrh, patchouli, amber, vanilla, bergamot, labdanum, saffron, leather, musk, sandalwood, tonka bean, orange blossom, geranium, and vetiver. But I distinctly remember the intense one being darker and deeper, but still good. So I would rather have this one because I think this one strikes a balance. This one as a soapy fragrance is pretty spot on, but I don't see why you would want. I think the other one. I think the other one's much more of an amber than it is like a soapy fragrance, whereas this one's just like a deep soapy fragrance. So like for ambers, I would go with something like Amber Nuit.
Right.
Or I would go with
this isn't really amber oriented, is it?
No, it's not. It's got a touch of amber, like where it gets it from the resin, from the labdanum and the
but no vanilla or benzoin or tonka to round it out into an oriental.
Yeah, exactly. It's got depth, but just enough. The intense is much more of an amber fragrance. And there are for me there are better ambers out there if you want an amber. Amber's an oversaturated like market for me. There are lots of ambers out there, and I think a lot of them are very, very similar. They're too similar to go out and like build a collection around. If you want to buy lots of ambers, you knock yourself out, but you'll be buying the same fragrance over and over and over.
How do you feel about Prada as a house?
Good, but I wouldn't mind if it branched out a bit. It feels like they're banging on the same door over and over again.
Keep doing this. They do it well, but they keep doing it over and over and over again, right? It's
Yeah,
like
it is. The Don't Stray. Yeah, the riff on the theme all the
soapy.
time.
Is there iris in here?
No, but you would think so.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Because
be
one, they
surprised
use
if there
iris over.
was. But they keep
Yeah,
doing the soapy iris over and over and over again.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly right. Exactly right. And it wears thin. If you're really, really, really into perfumes like we are, then yes, it's going to wear thin after a while, isn't it?
Yeah. So how was your steak dinner? So you wore this for your steak dinner. How did it turn out?
The steak dinner tasted lovely, but it came back to get us. That's why we didn't stream last night. I was rotten. I got poisoned, I think. I had the shits big time, and I felt I had a really bad headache as well. I was poisoned by Miller Carter in Newcastle.
Oh man.
You texted us last night and you were like, "Oh, do you want to stream?" I was like, "You've got fucking no chance. I'm welded to the throne."
Welded. Classy. I love how you keep it classy.
It was absolutely appalling. It was terrible, and it carried over a bit this morning as well.
Did you destroy the bathroom?
I punished the porcelain.
Punished, not polished. Punished.
Punished the porcelain. I was absolutely devastated. It was hard times. It was hard times, baby. It was hard times.
That's British cuisine for you.
Honestly, mate, it's a chain restaurant. It's a chain restaurant, so it shouldn't have like it wasn't the steak. I don't think. I think it was I had I don't drink, and I had a non-alcoholic lager, and I think it was the hops.
Apologies, Lily.
1,000 pardons, Lily. It was bad news. It was bad news. Even my mate texted us back later, and he was like, "Oh, mate, yeah, I'm not feeling too much. I'm not feeling it." So maybe it was something we ate. We shared some nachos, so maybe it was the nachos that did it. Poisoned by nachos. I wouldn't care. I love nachos. I can't believe they've done it to us.
What did you wear today?
Today I wore KAZIMI by House of Matriarch.
Right.
And it's lovely. It's really nice. It's really, really, really nice.
So rose, green rose?
Green rose, wet rose, dewy rose, spicy rose, deep rose, dark rose, corn rose. It was pretty great. It was great, yeah. I enjoyed it a lot. It pushed as well all day. It's the first time I've worn it in public. And it gave it some all day. It was really nice. I really, really enjoyed it. Is it worth $500 for 100 ml? No.
I'm not going to read it out loud, but you can see the comment on the screen.
Yeah, no, we didn't. My mate lives 20, 30 miles away, thank God. He could probably still smell it, but there we are.
Oh, I like this question. Le Lion versus Monsieur. For me, there's absolutely no doubt. It's Chanel.
It's Monsieur.
Chanel. Yeah. Have you tried them, Vlado?
Vladimir, have you tried both of them, by the way? I think Eden-Roc smells like Terra-Bella, which was removed by Dior, so I think it's a replacement. When did Terra-Bella come out? Have you got Terra-Bella?
Terra-Bella's discontinued already.
Jesus Christ.
I wore this yesterday.
What was that?
That's Paris-Riviera. This is Chanel's Paris-Riviera. Eden-Roc is Dior's Riviera fragrance. I guess they're both on the Riviera. What are they? The Côte d'Azur. Eden-Roc is a hotel, a luxe hotel on the Riviera. But I'm I wore this yesterday. A nice, sparkling, freshy. I love this whole collection, the Lazo. They're just so easy to wear and effortless and refreshing, really. They're mostly citruses and florals. For that, yesterday was quite humid and hot, and for that weather, it's perfect. And in the evening, I went out with Maria. She had an appointment. She's like, "Can you drive me to Toronto?" I don't want to go alone. I was like, "Okay, sure." And I didn't want to wear anything overwhelming because it was super hot, and I didn't want to overwhelm her with anything crazy. So I was like, I'm gonna wear something really easy, kind of dumb, and just not very complicated. Do you want to take a guess at what I wore?
Or was it one of your own perfumes?
No, come on.
You didn't want. What did you wear?
I wore this.
No.
I wore this last night.
No.
I did.
Oh,
and
no.
again, it's just super soapy and clean and
boring.
A little bit. It is
synthetic and smells like everything else with a twist. Oh,
I mean, it's good for
people.
I
suppose you've got to wear it sometime.
That don't love perfume.
Yeah. It's for people who don't want to smell nice. Yeah.
Eden-Roc. Actually, I got to give a big shout out to Rudy for getting these over to me across the border. He sent over Eden-Roc. Where are they? This is Le Peau New from Celine. And this is Dans Paris. So big shout out to you, Rudy. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate the glass figurines. That's what
glass figurines.
We have to declare them through customs as glass figurines.
Excellent.
So Eden-Roc, when I first sprayed Eden-Roc, I was like, oh shit. It kind of reminded me of Paris-RIVIERA, oddly, but that was just on the paper because there is like that. It's a fresh jasmine. What else do they call? Pine, sandalwood, salty notes. I don't know if they specifically say jasmine. Actually, Dior doesn't list any notes on their website. These are all coming from Fragrantica. On Dior's website, they're not very. They just kind of list moods and places that it would smell like. Demachet says it smells like salt from the sea. I don't get that at all. I don't get salt like they have in Balade Sauvage. You've smelt this, right, Eden-Roc?
Yeah, I've smelled it, yeah.
Did you get salt from it?
Nope.
I didn't get salt either, but I did get something did remind me of salt, but it's not salt from the sea. So there's a Suederol accord in here. Suederol is a synthetic from one of the big flavoring houses. So if you've ever spent time on the beach, like a couple of days, and you've gotten tanned, or if you've ever kissed somebody's skin that has a tan, the skin is usually dry and it feels leathery on the lips, and it might smell a little bit salty, but it's not nearly as briny as the salt from the sea. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So salt is more from the leathery accord. I get a huge dose of leather from this. Like, it's one of the first things that struck me. Also, the the coconut. There's a lot of confusion about whether or not there's coconut in here. I didn't get any coconut per se. To me, this is just very creamy and waxy. And it does remind me of almost like that Banana Boat suntan lotion.
Yeah.
Banana Boat or any kind of lotion, really.
Yeah.
It's very creamy. And I would say it feels like there's jasmine and ylang in here for florals. Maybe even like a bite of iris. But I don't get coconut specifically. It might be just, creaminess from suntan lotion, but I don't get coconut, no.
No, I don't get coconut from it either.
Like you were saying the other day, you were talking about Nivea cream. Were you comparing
Yes.
Nivea? And I definitely
was comparing. Yeah.
Creaminess is something that it's the first thing that I see here is creaminess. Like you can't deny the creaminess. It's very apparent. It doesn't really smell like Nivea to me, but I know what you're saying. Like I kept thinking about what you said, Nivea. It just kind of shares the creaminess from the Nivea. Nivea smells creamy, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's mainly a big leathery floral to me, with suederol and ambroxan. For what this is, for them inspired by a luxury getaway hotel, I think they kind of nailed the brief. But as far as a perfume, like how interesting of a perfume it is, it's not really that interesting. I think I don't know if I'll ever wear this again, to be honest.
Yeah. It smells a lot like a perfume that you would never wear again. It smells a lot like everything, like an amalgamation of everything else that's out there.
It's very monolithic. It feels like it's been crafted out of one piece, like one unit of something. There's not a whole lot of
like those statues that used to chisel out of one stone.
That's right. Yeah,
and if you make one mistake, that's it. You're fucked.
Yeah, you got to start all over again, and that's exactly what this is. There's not a whole lot of development or change or complexity. It's really one piece of creaminess.
Yeah,
I don't know what to say. I mean,
there's not much. Do you know why? Because there's not much to say about it.
That's right.
It's like if Rudy had sent you an empty box, you still could have pulled out Eden-Roc from it, because there's nothing in there.
Right. Well, that's kind of unfair. Here they are. They wanna promote or market a vacation fragrance, and for what it is, I think it's really good. It's comforting. It's warm. It's relaxing. It's soothing, and it reminds me of being on vacation. But for that, I think they really nailed it. But it's just not a very interesting fragrance, other than a vacation fragrance. Another point I want to make is, Chanel did the same thing with this Lizo collection. They made a line of fresh fragrances, but they didn't bottle them in their Les Exclusives, and they're charging $460 for them. They made them in a separate collection, with beautiful bottles, and they've dropped the price by about 1/3. They're still exclusive, but these are about $150. Much cheaper than their Les Exclusives. While Dior went and put the same style of fragrance in their private collection, and they're charging full price for it. I would have liked to seen them maybe start a new line, or separate a lot of their more, let's say, watery privés, and keep them separate from their a lot of the niche style privates, like Cuir Canage or Ombre Nuit or Eau d'Isfahan or Spice Blend or Santal Noir. You almost have two different collections. Separate them.
Yeah.
Kind of like what Chanel's done here. They have their Les Exclusives and their Lizo.
Yeah, and they're two clean different things.
Yeah, I think Dior would have been better off doing that, and having a different price point.
I just think the thing is that, like, you're gonna pay it. You know what I mean? You're gonna pay that. You're gonna pay for Eden-Roc. You have paid for Eden-Roc. Do you not think it's I think that you might. What?
Sorry, go ahead.
I think, I was just going to say, do you not think like it might be like a good idea to like start testing them first now? Because the shit they're going to put out. Would you buy it again if you'd smelled it before? Would you still buy it?
I think I would.
I don't understand that.
Well, because it's a Dior, and I feel like I want to have all of them from a collector's.
Right. Yeah. It's not for me.
And I get that too.
Yeah. I do understand like wanting to like get everything in the line. Is there anything from the Les exclusives you haven't got?
Yeah, there's only Gardenia that I don't own.
No, not the Les exclusives, the Dior ones.
The one I'd love to get is Vetiver. And there's a few others that I don't have that I don't think I'll be buying. But
right.
Like I don't have Happy Hour. I don't have Terabella. Like these are really, really weak pieces.
Yeah.
What's up, Joe?
It's why don't you have Gardenia?
I just never got around to picking it up.
I'm surprised.
I'm surprised too. I will get it though. I do like it.
I just don't understand. It's one of the original ones, isn't it?
It is.
Like from like the 1920s.
That's right.
I don't understand why you wouldn't get it.
Well, I mean, there's only so much you can add, you know.
I know, but you've just bought Eden-Roc.
Okay.
Swap it. If Rudy's got it, swap it back. If Rudy's got it, swap it back. I'm not saying get rid of Eden-Roc, although I am saying get rid of Eden-Roc, but get what's it called instead?
Rudy likes Terabella more than Eden-Roc. Terabella, it feels just like another cologne to me.
Yeah.
There you go. Klaus, next stream I will have it. There you go.
That's right. Will you have it next stream? Is that it?
I'll have Terabella and Gardenia.
Oh. We might not be streaming for a while then.
Rich Mitch guilt tripping me. I felt that. I felt the pressure from Rich Mitch.
I was just putting the pressure. I'm just intrigued as to why. I'm more intrigued. Not necessarily that you've got, because I understand why you would get Eden-Roc. I just don't understand why you haven't got Gardenia when it's just like there and you could just get it anytime, and that you haven't got it. Like you've gone out your way for Gardenia, and like
we'll get it. Don't worry, man. Don't let that stress you out. We'll get it.
I'll put it at
the top of my list.
Please do.
I don't have much of a list these days.
You're not much of a what? Sorry?
I said I don't have much of a list these days. So a lot of these are just kind of random. Like, I guess because they're new, that's why I bought it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Gardenia is definitely something I'd like to... Gardenia is something I definitely like to pick up, but...
yeah.
I think it's just because
like, you feel like it's just what?
Just because it's new, that's it.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. You're going through like a new phase. You feel like you're going through like a phase of like buying stuff that's like new, rather than like.
Well, yeah, I mean, Chanel's going to release Paris Edinburgh. I'll be picking that up, and eventually Frederic Malle's going to release his Synthetic Jungle, and I'll be picking that up, and things from the brands that. I mean, I picked this up as well. It's not a great fragrance, but it's from a brand that I like, so I picked it up, and that's just kind of what I'm going through here.
Yeah. Bobby's saying that I don't watch his stuff anymore because I'm streaming with Dave, but it's not true. Hello, Robert. It was nice to hear from Robert the day. Robert texted us today asking about Fleur de Cassis.
It's a good one.
Would like to know. Yeah, I was going to say would like to know what's up with Fleur de Cassis. I thought you would be the man to tell him what was up with Fleur de Cassis. I told him what I thought of it. But apparently you can get it for a good price, so I think that's what he's doing. You know, it's one of those ones that you think's like,
is it vintage?
Your eye on it.
Or the original release? If you like them dirty, get the original release if you can. The modern is much more cleaned up, but it's still challenging.
What's challenging about it?
It's just so dry.
Dry
and floral. Might be a tad pitsy, but the first one was Animalic. And I don't need to say, everybody here knows how I've explained in Fleur de Cassis.
Like a granny in church, a sweaty granny in church.
Oh, it's a lot dirtier than that.
Is it? Have you got it there with you?
I do. Should I pull it out?
Go on, pull it out.
Right,
get it out for Robert. Get it out for Robert. Excuse me. The viewers are jumping up and down. We had like 101 before, and then it went to like 97, then like 87, and then 92, and now 94.
What are you
like
doing?
People are hopping in. I don't know what I'm doing to them at all.
I
don't know how many likes we've had. Like the stream for Eugene. It's 36 likes. We need more. You usually get about 120 likes on your streams, don't you? Whoa, hello, honk.
We're at 38 likes, 93 viewers, 39 likes, 4 dislikes. Come on.
Come on.
Oh, there we go. Oh, it's slowly creeping up there. 42 likes.
42 likes. That's nearly half. Need more likes. Like the stream for Eugene.
You know what? There's nothing I can do. If they want to like the video, great. Thank you. If they don't, that's fine too. I have no control over what they're going to do. Rich, I only have control over myself.
That's right. I have control over what they're going to do.
You have.
I've got a.
I mean, you can kind of entice them and bribe them, but that's not what we're here for, man. We're just here to enjoy perfume.
That's right. We are.
If they want to like this, we'll give them a little. We can give them a little bit of a guilt trip, but
look how much faith I have in you. Tara says she liked it before it started.
There
she
you
must
go.
have known that we were going to be just like she must have known. She must have had a premonition about your haircut.
Tara's got a. She's great, eh? I love her personality.
She's great, eh? We do. We like Tara.
Optimistic and positive. Salty. This is salty. That's
salty.
What it is. Yeah, it's dry and salty. It's still an animalic floral without the anal sex.
Oh.
It's dry, slightly bitter.
Have you got the original one?
I don't know. It's not an easy wear, I'll tell you that. Even this newest formulation.
Yeah.
It's like a musky floral. You know when florals go indolic?
Yeah.
Like jasmine, like a night blooming jasmine. And it just like scat we were talking about the other day. Scatol.
Scat.
There's probably some scat in here.
Like something shot on a flower and then the flower's been plucked.
Yeah, there you go.
From the clutches of grunt.
You know.
Oh, I wish I didn't know. I'm smelling
where do you get Ylang from it? Robert loves indol. I think you like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's very interesting.
Like it as well. I haven't smelled it for a while, but I can remember not liking it, which makes it, and I remember it being floral, and I can remember not liking it and thinking this is floral and pissy and just everything I don't like. Robert, you should try and find you some scatol, just the ingredient scatol, mate. It's bang up your street. That You love your like Animalic beetle stuff, and that'll just be, you would love that stuff. It's bad. It's bad smelling. Ropion likes his shatty flowers. Yeah.
Paris-Riviera, Paris-Venise. I think those are my two favorites from the 4 I have, and I slightly prefer Venise. Venise is more oriental, and Riviera is more floral, white floral.
Right.
Riviera's white florals and neroli, and Venise is, it's also fresh, but it has a nice oriental touch to it. But also
one of them I really like.
Very whimsical and perfect for warm weather.
Yeah. There's one of them that I really like and I would like to buy. But I can't remember which one it is.
Tara hates mimosa. If you hate mimosa, you need this, Tara, because this has got a lot of mimosa.
She needs it.
I just want her to try it. I'd love to get her impression of this.
Send her some stuff. Oh no, you live across the border. Rudy could. Rudy's got some fucking spending Rudy's money.
That's not a yeah. But I'd want her to smell the original, the vintage.
Yeah. The nasty stuff. Someone, Catherine mentioned the Paris-Venise. There's one of them that I really like. I don't know what the new one's like. I don't know what the Eden-Roc's like. Have you smelled it?
I don't. But Catherine said it was masculine. I found most of these feminine, like feminine, traditionally feminine. Riviera especially. So Deauville was green. What was the other one? Deauville. The other one was very eau de cologne, fresh.
There's Deauville, Riviera, and Venise.
There's one more.
Biarritz.
That's it. Seriously, all of these are like catnip. They're really good. But I say for whatever it was, Chanel. Do you remember what it smelled like?
Which one?
The one that you liked.
It was more aquatic. It was definitely like a fresh cologne. Like, yeah, I'm thinking it might be. Yeah,
because Biarritz is very eau de cologne.
Yeah.
Fresh citrus. Yeah. They're all very eau de cologne. They have this eau de cologne opening. But Biarritz, have you smelled their eau de cologne from the Les Exclusive?
Yes.
It's not unlike that.
Okay.
It's very much like that. Deauville is the same, but green. Almost like a reinterpretation of number 19. But in a Lezo style.
Yeah.
And
Rudy is saying, speaking of Chanel EDC, speaking of Chanel Eau de Cologne number 5, we got to talk, Eugene. Someone here loves you, but it's not me. Somebody might want to give you the Eau de Cologne, or sell you the Eau de Cologne. I don't know. I'm speculating.
Yeah, I would definitely buy it. The bigger the bottle, the better.
Can you not get it anymore?
Well, you got to go hunting on eBay and all that jazz that I'm not in. I don't got time for that, man.
All right. You can't be asked.
Venise is more feminine to me. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with. No, I think for me, Riviera was the most feminine, just because of the white florals.
The shy florals.
Yeah. But the one that you
Not
like, Rich, Biarritz, is very almost masculine, unisex.
Yeah. I like me masculine fragrances. I must admit. It just tends to be what I like rather than like any pre-planning or with any thought behind it or anything like that. It just seems to be like what I gravitate towards. I received a perfume today.
Surprise! Tell us.
That's right. I got a vintage of something called Ho Hang Club by Balenciaga.
Okay.
I've got Ho Hang. I've got a 60 ml of Ho Hang or a 50 ml, something like that. And I've also got the flanker called Ho Hang Club, which is very nice. It's a rose leather, carnation. What else is in it? It's got like lemon at the top. It's really nice. Lemon isn't too pronounced though, so don't worry about that. But it's a lovely fragrance. It's really nicely.
You still chucking lemons?
I'm still blowing lemons. Like do not care for lemon at all. Horrible lemon.
See, Tara's got a number 5 eau de cologne. Yeah, Rudy, I think you're right. Rudy says he's got a number. I'm going to have it for you soon. Don't know if they want to be named, but I guess he's referring to that number 5.
Yeah. That's nice of him.
Interesting.
Yeah, this Ho Hang Club's got rose, like the big notes in it are like rose, oak moss, patchouli, leather, carnation, juniper. It's got like a ton of notes like all the old ones do, but the big ones are like oak moss, patchouli, leather, carnation, rose.
Sounds
coriander.
Like a whole vintage fragrance.
Yeah, it is. It's lovely though. It's held up beautifully. And do you know what? Do you know what shows how vintage it was, right? Do you know where it was made?
Paris, Italy.
It was made in West Germany.
Damn, I didn't know they made fragrances there.
It was made in West Germany. Literally, it's got West Germany written on the box. So it was before the Berlin Wall fell down. That's how old the bottle is. That's mental. That's crazy.
Mental.
It's an ancient bottle. There's a bottle of yore. And I'm chuffed. I'm well happy to have it in my collection. Came all the way from California in decent time as well, to be fair. So I was pretty happy with that. Yeah.
Tara, put on some Ho Hang Club.
Tara, put on some Ho Hang Club. Put on some Club Ho Hang. Ho Hang Club. It hasn't got an A. The Ho hasn't got an E. It's just Ho Hang Club sounds like a dogging fragrance. Gonzalo's got a point. Ho Hang Club smelled like vintage on Cleef and Arpels Pour. It's because of the carnation. So big carnation note in it, and carnation can be a little bit dirty as well.
I like
it's very. You don't like it?
I like carnation a lot.
All right, yeah, I like it's one of the only florals I really love. It's great. I do like carnation. I've got Leonard Pour Homme as well. Leonard Pour Homme's a big carnation and leather fragrance.
Derby has got carnation in it.
Yes, that's right.
Derby and Louis. Those are the two that I remember for carnation.
Yeah. I still need to buy a bottle of Derby. I might start looking again.
Tara really liked Louis. Did you watch her Guerlain video? Big fan of Louis.
Yes. Yeah, she is a big fan of Louis. She put it second or third, didn't you? No, that's wrong.
I don't know if it was that high.
No,
I thought it was like in mid somewhere.
Yeah, you might be right. I'm thinking of something else. What?
Carnation smells like condoms from time to time. I've never gotten that association.
How much did I pay for my Ho Hang Club? Hold on, Houdini, I'll tell you, man. It wasn't very much. It was like 60 quid or something silly like that. But I got it from America, so I had to pay VAT and shipping. So it came close. It was closer to like 90 quid by the end of it.
For 100 mil of Ho-Hang?
No, it was 50. I paid £55 plus. I paid £55 plus. I paid £55 plus plus VAT, and I paid more shipping. It came to a total of about 90 quid.
Roxana wants to hear some more Carnation recommendations. Anybody have any? Serge Lutens has a good Carnation, but the name escapes me. And so does Prada's. I don't know if it's a private line, but Prada has one in this collection.
It came to 80 quid altogether, and it was well worth it, I thought. That's $110 in pounds.
Whatever this line is called.
Let's have a look at that one. Oh, the infusion one.
The infusion line.
Yeah. I don't know which one's a Carnation out of those.
I think it's right in the name.
Is it infusion to Carnation?
No, but the Carnation's spelled in French.
All right, what's
French? And the same for Serge Lutens.
Carnation in French.
It's like Woulet or something.
In French.
OILLET.
Oilette. Oilette.
There we go. Rudy's got it there. That's the Serge Lutens.
Oh shit! Well, he dropped me fucking. They dropped me parts. Don't want to do that. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
It's like a bad dance song, isn't it?
So Poison has Carnation. Egoist has Carnation.
Van Cleef and Arpels Pour Homme. It's a big Carnation fragrance. Leonard Pour Homme by Leonard. That's a big Carnation fragrance. Jonathan should be in the chat. He'll be able to like point out a few Carnation fragrance. I can't think any off the top of my head.
Tara's a sissy sprayer by the looks of it.
I don't know what that means.
15 sprays of Kiehl's original musk.
That's filth. That just smells dirty as fuck.
Kiehl's is not dirty. It's more sensual musk.
It's got a little bit. It depends. On my mate, it smells like rum. One of my mates has got it, and it smells like literally smells like rum. What's that? What's the Lutens with the Carnation, Catherine? What's it called?
Rudy just posted up Vitriol de Houlet.
Yeah. Ah, right. Yeah. I've got you. Yeah. Vitriol de Houlet.
Ada de Venustas has a Carnation frag.
And Galen will be able to tell you what that is.
Should I open one of these Celines?
Yes, go on.
I won't open both. I'll open one.
Wait there. Don't do it until you get 70 likes, and then open the other one when you get 90.
Now you're bribing them.
What bribing people?
3 likes. Well, let's see how bad they want to see an unboxing.
That's right.
Good move, Rich. We might not get to an unboxing of this after all.
That's right. Say we'll bribe the people. Bribe the stream for Eugene. That's what I'm up to. I'm a bad man.
What did she post, Rudy? Tara's retracting messages. Now I'm curious. Yes, I got Le Peau Nu as well, Udo. There's Le Peau Nu. But I'll open Dans Paris.
Dans Paris. Gay Paris. Equipage has a Carnation as well. You're right. Like, what's that?
Kiehl's smells like cat urine.
It smells different. It smells different. He's a beautiful woman, but her application of fragrance gives me anxiety, and I'm no sissy spray. Yeah, I'd punch her if somebody walked past me and smelled that strongly.
Yo, come on.
I probably wouldn't punch. I'm almost certainly wouldn't punch her. You know what I mean?
Do you ever spray so much that you give yourself a headache, or anybody else in the chat?
I'll tell you one fragrance that gives me a headache every time, even with one spray, right? And it's Rosendo Mature number 5. Mature number 5 makes me feel like, whoa. Like if I was going to wear it, I'd have to put it behind my head.
I've just been invited over to Woodbridge.
Where's that?
It's like 30 minutes from me.
What is it?
What do you mean, what is it?
What?
It's a place.
Margaya.
Yeah. Houdini does. You know what? I'm not joking. I think I put on 10 sprays of this and it gave me a little bit of a headache today. Eden-Roc. Is 10 sprays of this too much?
That's a lot, like.
Yeah. I mean, it was quite heavy for something that was supposed to be fresh and vacation-y.
Rosendo Mature does smell nice, but it's
I feel this. I feel this here. I spray so much, I feel like I can taste it for hours. I think that's my problem. I need to spray less, and I need to spray farther away from the body, not so concentrated. And that's probably the reason that I can smell my fragrance all day with every single breath that I take, regardless of what I'm wearing. Like nothing ever goes unnoticed.
I couldn't be dealing with people who sprayed like that. It's like it's no. I don't put like 2 sprays on unless I'm wearing something like Balenciaga Pour On. If you have to put that many sprays on, maybe your skin chemistry shit. Maybe
no, I don't need to. I just do.
Maybe like I don't know. Maybe your fragrances are too thin. Like the idea of like I've got some fragrances that if I was to put that many sprays on, I think I would melt.
But your fragrances are much heavier than mine. Yours are legit.
Yeah.
Like these are like Deauville. Like you could wear 100 sprays of this. I don't think anything would happen to you. Like it wouldn't improve your performance at all. They're just so fleeting and weightless.
Yeah. Excuse me. It's different on ladies as well because their skin doesn't push as much as a man's does.
Yeah.
Like for like lasses, like
I think it was
lasses,
like I seriously think there is a leather note in here, and that's probably what did it for me. Eden-Roc has a suederol or suede accord, and it's just so strong.
Did it give you a headache?
Yeah, Tara, did you get leather from Eden-Roc at all?
I didn't get leather from it. I didn't get leather from it at all. I got like a cream.
I got the cream too.
Yeah, I just got a cream smell from it.
Are we at 70 likes yet? We're not even that, dude. We got 1 like since you mentioned it.
I've been hoisted by my own petard. People aren't happy. People aren't happy that I tried to bribe them. They've made a stand. The people have spoken. They're not impressed. Oh, I don't know.
Well, that's the way they're going to be. We just end the stream and go feed the ducks.
That's right. You take us with us. We can just go backstage and just go backstage and you can open them just for me. Ooh, Zhao's been spraying his hair.
At least he has hair.
Oh,
I mean, no, that wasn't a blow at you or anything.
That was harsh. That was extremely harsh. It was massively uncalled
I was like,
for.
well, at least he has hair.
That's right. That was.
If you took that at a shot as on yourself, that's you, man. That's on you. I didn't say anything about your hair. I just said at least he has hair.
That's very harsh. I wasn't expecting that. I've been absolutely bodied. I just wasn't expecting it. It's always the ones you don't see coming. It's
yeah, this is a nightmare. Red tobacco would be a nightmare. You got feathers though, which is almost like hair.
Yes, it's like many hairs, like waterproof hairs. That's right. And also a beak. And some webbing in my beak.
It's so fascinating watching ducks eat in the water. It's like they drink water out of the mud, but they have some kind of mechanism in their beaks that separates all that mud in the water. I have no idea how that works. It's almost like they have a sieve in their beak.
Like a tongue.
Well, yeah, they have a tongue, but just like they're always kind of like slurping in the mud and they're pulling something out, but how do they separate the mud in the water? Like they can't be eating mud.
They're probably just using their tongue, to be honest. If any duck professionals are here.
I thought you were the duck professional.
Yeah, it could be a filter they've got.
Yeah, like some kind of a filter. All right, let's open this.
Okay.
It was a pain in the ass getting these from Celine because they had canceled my credit card twice. Like both times I had to call them and say, hey, what's up? And they're like, your shipping address doesn't align with your billing at, because I got them shipped to Rudy's, right? And then I had to call my bank, and then I had to call back. I got to call Celine back, and so I finally figured out how these open. These bands just have these pieces of glue down here, and they stick. And then
so what have you been doing up to this point?
What do you mean?
What had you been doing up to this point? If you've just finally figured it out.
The first time I used PayPal, but PayPal charges a fortune in conversion fee.
Yeah.
They charged me $150 just to convert.
Ooh. Hello.
And that is hello. Dans Paris.
Dans Paris.
I almost feel like Olivier Polge is behind this.
Why?
Because it smells like something of his.
Like what? Dior? Dior on?
Nope.
What does it smell like? Where's he gone? Celine Dion. That's what I thought. Jared, that's what I thought when I first saw them. I was like, oh my God. Celine Dion.
Do you think I would buy a Celine Dion fragrance?
I don't know. I don't know who Celine is. Who is Celine?
Celine is a designer.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. Is it like a woman? Is it a man? Is it a
woman?
Right. And
I don't
she's
know
like branched out.
Like, I just know her perfumes. I don't care who she is. It reminds me of that.
What's that? Oh, I can't see. What does it say? Queer Beluga. Queer Beluga. Leather whale. You get fucking
Yeah, there's the bottle. The bottle's gorgeous and it's heavy as fuck.
Full. Heavy as fuck.
Look at the detail in there.
Rivets. Like divots even. You love that, don't you? You play with that for hours, don't you?
I do.
Are you going to have magnetic caps on your brand?
I'm trying.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Did that spray straight away there?
No.
All right. Phew.
It's so good. It's vanilla. It's warm, soft, cozy vanilla, spicy, a touch green. I think they reuse the same notes in every perfume and then just at different concentrations.
Oh dear.
But this is like a leathery vanilla.
I see.
Wow. It's, again, another one that's just like catnip. Black tie was like catnip.
You just want to keep smelling it.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Outrageous. You ruffled his feathers. So do the notes like if they just like reuse the same notes over and over again, right? Like, do the notes like change position? Do this like start like, or do they all like? Do you start with like a vanilla and end with like a?
Yeah, it's like they all have iris and vanilla, but they don't all, they all smell really different from each other. But they do have kind of an aesthetic. This one's really spicy. I feel like there's Angelica in here as well. Like something broody, spicy.
Rudy.
Root. Earthy, rooty.
Root.
Slightly boozy as well.
Like a bourbon. Excuse me. Like a bourbon vanilla.
Yeah. It smells boozy without being sweet. I think they list oak moss in a lot of these, but I wouldn't consider them mossy. They might have touches of green to them. But it's a very it's like a sparkling moss.
A sparkling moss.
Yeah.
A sterling moss. Interesting. I'm much more into me like austere moss.
What do you mean?
I much prefer like when I smell moss, I want it to be like green and a bit spicy and a bit dark and like slightly smoky. I like a smoky moss. That's why I like smelled au pour homme so much, because the smoke and leather and moss. I like that. I like that a lot. So that's what I'm into. Like as far as moss is concerned.
Is there a difference between tree moss and oak moss, or is it just a play on words?
I think tree moss is. It depends what tree it comes from, I suppose. You might find some mosses that are like better on cedar. You get cedar moss. I don't like cedar moss as much as I like oak moss. I'm not that au fait with ingredients, but I do know that cedar moss is a thing. So yeah, oak moss seems to be.
There's no moss listed on this one.
Oak moss seems to be smokier and darker and like more masculine, greener, deep green. But you think there is moss? You suspected moss.
It's not the moss like the good stuff. Like
it's
the
not
stuff
like
from
good
the
moss. Yeah. Big moss. Like
so
big
because
moss.
I had that, because they gave me an issue, I said it's really hard for me to get these, because I'm just reading Eva's note here. It's really hard for me to get samples of these Celines in Canada because you don't have a counter that sell any of these perfumes, so I can't try them. Can you send me samples from the rest of the line, and from the ones that I haven't tried? And they did, because I spoke to an operator. Yeah, so now I can sample the rest of them. They
so which ones? How many is there left?
I don't know.
How many? How many have you not tried?
I just got 3 more that I haven't tried.
All right. Yeah.
Actually sent you a sample of night clubbing.
All right.
Yeah, so you'll be getting that soon.
Nice one. I should hopefully have all those next week. We'll do a stream about all the stuff you've sent us that I haven't smelled before.
I think you might enjoy them.
All right.
Even though they might be a little bit
open-minded.
They might be a little bit light for you, not as thick as you like.
Yeah.
But you'll still be able to appreciate the what it is.
Yeah. At this point with me with fragrances, even if I say I don't think I'm gonna like something, I've smelled so much stuff that I thought I wasn't gonna like and then loved it that I'm pretty like open to like almost anything now. Like I'm not closed-minded about almost any perfume. There's hardly anything. White florals is something that I'm pretty closed-minded about. If somebody says this has got white florals in it, then I'm almost certain I'm not going to like it before I smell it. But with almost anything else, then I'm pretty open-minded because I've been shook so many times. I've been surprised at my own reaction so many times that I don't I don't trust that I know that I'm going to dislike something before I smell it. It's a good thing though. It's a good thing. So I think it's quite good to keep an open mind.
I don't get moss from Dans Paris. Night clubbing might be a little bit mossy. I think you'll like night clubbing because it's a dark fragrance.
Yeah. Catherine says, did you see the beautiful Celine Discovery Coffre? It is similar to the Chanel Coffre with all the mini bottles. That's really nice, the Chanel Coffre, and I've seen it on H2O, no, Bob's channel. I've seen it on there like a couple of times, and it looks amazing.
They used to give those out years ago to preferred clientele.
Really?
Then they started selling them, yeah.
Amazing.
Is night clubbing similar to black tie? I wouldn't say so, not to me. They share similar notes, but they don't smell alike.
Yeah.
But when you order a Celine, when you purchase them, so where's my bottle? Because I ordered Dans Paris and Le Peau Neuf, they sent me samples of both of those as well. They always send you a sample of whatever fragrance you purchased.
Yeah. It's still I'm sort of with Eva. Like I would prefer like samples. Sample. Before I went and blind bought stuff. I say that, but I blind buy shit all the time. But I would prefer samples if it's modern stuff. Then again, the death of the mini. Like nobody does minis anymore. I know Eva loves her minis as well, but like minis, like you used to get like 5 ml little minis of perfumes where you could like give stuff like a proper wearing, and like then you would go and buy that bottle, like that sort of thing. That sort of customer service is just dead. Now you get like a shitty, even Malle changed. Malle used to have amazing samples, like those 3 ml ones.
3.5 ml.
Yeah, they used to do those when they were brilliant.
What are they now?
And now they're just not. No, they're like 2 ml, but they're just normal plastic, shitty little atomizers, and they think they're better because they come in a box.
Why do you think they did
that? Because they were bought out, and it's cheaper for them to do that.
Do you think it's cheaper, or it's because 3.5 ml of it's a lot of perfume to test. And
but that's how you get it. Yeah, when you're charging top dollar,
those were free. They weren't charging for those samples. Those were given out for free.
Yeah, but the perfumes are top dollar.
Yes, the perfumes. Okay.
So I want to make sure I want to buy something. But what I think they did is as well is that you could get the 10 mils. you could buy the 10 mils, and I think when they brought those in as well, I thought they must have thought like, oh, we'll just, or maybe people were just taking the piss. I've never thought of that before. Maybe people were just taking the piss, asking for samples and like never buying anything. I think that's bad as well. It does go two ways. You can't just go in and be like, oh, can I have a 3.5 mil sample of everything you've got, and then like just keep going back in and topping up your sample. And you can imagine there'd be people who would do that.
And you'd never have what I mean? A bottle.
Yeah, they do that with the night as well. You know, they don't like leave the night out on the stand because people will just come in. They can't afford to just let people fucking spray the night.
Well, people are probably taking advantage of it too. They're probably coming in before their way out and dousing themselves in a $2,000 perfume. It's unfair as well.
I'll tell you what else as well. They found
and testers go missing all the time.
Yeah, that's a lot of money to lose on a tester. What was I going to say? Like the Creed boutique. It's not a boutique. It's more of like a Creed, like the Creed stand. You always see the staff going and just dousing them, like the girls from like the makeup counters. They'll just walk across to the Creed, like the Creed boutique, and they'll just douse themselves in a Ventus. They'll just douse themselves in it, right? Like I'm talking like 10, 15 sprays. Like seriously douse themselves. Like we were talking about before. That's got to be a nightmare as well.
I think a Ventus is one of those perfumes, the more you spray, the less you yourself will smell.
Yeah. It isn't, it's there's a lot of perfumes like that though. You do like become like
that one.
Accustomed. Yeah, you do become accustomed to like.
Yeah, you go anosmic to
it. Yeah, like you grow used to it. Yeah, definitely. Mike V, some people love the smell of horse shit, mate. Yeah, Houdini. Yeah, those samples, I think they're bigger than 7 mil, mate. But they charge like 30 quid for them now, 40 quid. I've got quite a few of them. I'm still not sure I would buy any more. I've got Portrait of a Lady. I've got Promise, which is immense. And I might get Monsieur at some point, but I don't rightly know that. It's just the prices of them, man. The fucking prices of them are batty.
What's the best curated house? That was a question that came up.
Pardon?
The best curated house.
Define what do you mean by curated?
I guess a brand that's put out the best collection of perfumes.
You mean the like as a collection?
Yes.
That complement each other.
Yeah.
Ooh, that is a good question. The Dior Privé pre like the revolution, pre Quirk and Osh, pre 2018. The Dior Privé collection was brilliant. I've got 6. I've now got 6 450 milliliter Dior Privés that came out before 2018. And they're all great. But I wouldn't buy any of the ones post that. I've actually got 7 of the Dior Privés because I've got a massive bottle of Cologne Royale as well, but that's only like a 250. It's Frederic Marle's got a well curated house. It's like somebody here just described it as Nobel created house. I think they mean noble. It's well curated. There's something there for everybody. Yeah, somebody said here as well, Rudy said Marle has something for everybody. I would agree with that. I would be surprised if anybody could walk past the Marle counter and say to themselves, ooh, like there's nothing there for me. I don't like any of that because it's such a breadth. I'd say Serge Lutens.
The older
but
Serge.
Yeah, the older Surge, yeah, like not the newer stuff, but the older Surge and the ones in the 50 ml bottles. Because you don't know what's a line and what's not a line in Serge Lutens. It's all fucking smoke and mirrors. And I think he likes it like that.
Do you know on the Dior's website they still call the Privé? I was reading about Eden-Roc, and it was like from the Dior Privé collection.
Yeah,
I thought they had axed that for Maison Christian or rebranded, but they still use it themselves. And sometimes here I am, I feel like an idiot for using Privé.
Yeah, don't. They're just. It's fucking. I wouldn't feel like an idiot for saying anything.
I prefer Privé than Maison.
Yeah.
For me, my favorite curated line is the Chanel exclusives. Like, not by a little, by a lot. It's by far my favorite.
I think apart from the older ones that they've got, I think the newer ones all like smell very similar. They've got
I don't think they smell similar at all to anything. Not even to each other.
No, they smell similar to each other. They've all got a play on iris going on.
Well, I mean, iris is one note amongst many others. And I agree, yes, they all have a fair dose of iris or florals in general. Most of their perfumes are floral centric.
Yeah.
But they've got also a counterbalance of woods and other things to, I don't know. I guess if you're afraid of smelling like a girl, is that why you're mentioning florals? They've got other things that anchor them or bring them back to center.
Like, I would say, yeah, somebody said Tom Ford. I was going to say yes, up to a point. Sort of the same as Dior, in the way that they used to be brilliant, but now they're a bit shit. People are saying that MALLE would never do what Dior has done, but I don't know. I think this next release, MALLE would never do what Dior has done with his line,
which is what,
like, just basically like all the new releases just being crap. Basically, I assume, or just start rushing out perfumes and not bothering to fucking actually make them before they release them. I think at this
moment in time, Christian Dior has nothing on Frederic Malle.
Yeah,
like absolutely nothing.
Yeah. But at the same time, I think his next release is quite a big one for Frederic Malle, because I think it's going to define which direction they go in. It's quite a big release, this one that's coming up, if you ask me.
Yeah, I don't think Frederic Malle's are for average or just a guy walking in off the street looking for something to smell good. I think Christian Dior is more for that. Christian Dior would be more appealing to the average person than Frederic Malle. Frederic Malle curates to people like us. I think he's really into it. Whereas Dior, I don't know what they're doing over there. I mean, they're making junk, but they're making a killing at the same time.
Are they actually making a killing? Do we know what the finances are?
So.
Yeah, I know. Do we actually know what the finances are? Like, it's just Dior, not LVMH.
Are they not the biggest house under the LVMH umbrella? Like, they're bigger than Louis Vuitton themselves. Are they not?
As a perfume house.
As a brand in general.
No, not as a brand in general. Louis Vuitton are fucking huge.
Bigger than Christian Dior.
Yes. Yeah. Louis Vuitton, simply because they're a fucking, like it's not Louis Vuitton, Moet Hennessy, Dior. It's Louis Vuitton, Moet Hennessy. like Dior are definitely underneath Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton is more of a business than it is a brand. But like Louis Vuitton are like very like they'll charge a lot of money and they'll sell a lot of stuff. As a brand, yeah, Louis Vuitton as a brand are bigger. Absolutely. Yeah, it's Marla's under Estee Lauder. Oh well, that's that. Like LVMH guy is currently the richest person. He passed Amazon boss. Jesus Christ, I'm not sure about that. Is that true, MJ?
Bernard Arnault or
that like because like those companies are fucking massive. Like it's hard to fathom how like big they are. Yeah, world's richest man, Bernard Arnault. Yeah, he's right. Sorry about that, MJ.
I had no idea
Yeah,
Louis Vuitton was bigger. I thought all they did was
yeah.
sell luggage. But they're into
Western and
everything. They
Austria.
sell purses too, right? Do they sell clothes?
Oh, Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's their main business.
Damn.
187.5 billion dollars. He could give me one of those, and you would care not a jot. Care not a jot. He's French. A Frenchman is the richest person in the world. The man who became richer than Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. Just depends. You just got to know where you've got to put your money in it. 131 billion pounds. That's a lot of money.
Guerlain is also under Louis Vuitton, but they'd be like at the lower end of the totem pole.
It'd be interesting if there was like a table that showed you like which brands under like the under them would like.
George is here. He would know.
Is George here?
Yeah.
Hello. I'm sure he does now. I'm just managing my cookies on their website because they're trying to get. Yeah, I'm just going to reject them all. Yeah. Your choices regarding cookies on this site. Yes, Bernard Arnault. Yeah, apparently. Jesus Christ.
He's the fourth richest person in the world.
Who is?
Bernard Arnault.
Arnault is the richest person in the world with an estimated net worth of $186 billion. 300 million above Jeff Bezos. And fucking 186, and then like 40 billion above Elon Musk. LVMH, which also owns household names like Fendi, Christian Dior, and Givenchy, rose.
They own Dom Perignon and Hennessy, Moet and Chandon, Givenchy, Sephora. They own Sephora, for God's sakes.
Yeah, they own the shops where they sell them. Yeah, that's what you want. It's sort of like Amazon.
Fendi, Fresh, Bulgari, Kat Von D Beauty.
So the revenue went up. Recorded revenue of $17 billion for the first quarter. For the first quarter of 2020.
Guerlain, and Guerlain is like a nothing for them. They're not even on the list.
Yeah. Like for the first quarter of 2021, they went up. It was 32% up year on year with 2020. So the $17 billion went up by like $6 billion year on year. That is insane.
Yo, I'm going back. I'm like, did I skip Guerlain? They're not even on the list here. They're probably not worth a whole lot then.
Jesus Christ.
They own Celine as well.
I mean, who the fuck is Celine? I literally have no idea who Celine is. Like, literally, this woman has come out of nowhere. It's absolutely baffling. Girl on with
Yeah,
an
LVMH
LVM.
is
Just
just
listen.
the conglomerate that owns all of these. Like
Yeah.
LVMH isn't a brand. They don't sell something.
No, LVMH isn't a brand, it's a conglomerate. Yeah, it is. It's like an ownership model. That's why, like Louis Vuitton, they're not really like at this point. Louis Vuitton just sort of like it's like this like French blokes bought like brands and invested in them. He's like Louis Vuitton, Moet Hennessy is like it's an investment like company rather than like a fashion brand.
Yeah,
They just specialize in like fashion stuff.
George, who is the
Um,
bigger brand value wise? Is it Louis Vuitton or Christian Dior? If you know.
Definitely, almost certain.
Oh, it says
Only
right
crazy.
here Louis Vuitton is an estimated brand of 40 billion, while Christian Dior is about 12. Holy crap! I had no idea.
Yeah,
And Chanel is 7.2 billion. Wow.
yeah, yeah. It's app. Yeah, it is. It's Louis Vuitton. I knew that. I didn't know the number specifically, but I knew that Louis Vuitton was like an absolute like leviathan. It's a massive business. Like it's insane what they're worth.
Who's buying all this stuff?
Celine Vipiana founded Celine in 1945. I had absolutely no idea. I had never heard of them before in my entire life. That's crazy. Crazy. Most of the revenue comes from the Asian market. Yeah.
See, Celine used to have a perfume line decades ago, but it was discontinued. Not sure why.
Right.
And I guess it's in fashion now for brands that have an exclusive line. Where do you go? Here
we are. Dior is a lot cheaper than Chanel. Chanel are very LVMH sold $7.5 billion dollars worth of perfume in 2019.
Say again, how much?
7.5 billion.
Whoa.
And you've got to think, right? Hold on, you've got to think, right? How much of that's profit? They're doubling their money every time. At least doubling their money every time. That is insane. We're in the wrong game. Well, yeah, I suppose I'm in the wrong game. You're not. You're actually making a perfume. How am I saying?
Yeah. Here we go.
Just think. Next time your company sends you to China, just take a few bottles of your perfume across and just be like, oh, do you want to buy some of this? It's mint.
I don't think
just
they just like fresh stuff.
Yeah. Well, they need it because of the climate. The climate's totally. That said, China's a big, big place, like the size of Europe. China's huge because of the way we draw our maps in the West. Like real maps, like don't like the maps we see don't do justice to like the size of like India and China and Russia.
You know, when Frederic Malle sold to L'Oreal, myself and a lot of other people included were like, oh man, like dead brand, it's going to go down the toilet. Everybody was kind of paranoid and worried because that's usually what happens is brands start to release mass appealing. Like that's literally what happened to Guerlain. Guerlain is no longer the same Guerlain that they were when they first started after Louis Vuitton, Moet Hennessy purchased them. But I think after Malle sold, I honestly believe the brand was improved and he's putting out just as interesting perfumes as before the sale. I think George wants the link. I'm gonna drop him the link. I think the sale, yeah, it did a lot for him. And it wasn't just, let's take the money and run. Here we go, George.
George.
Link for George. Come on. And I don't know how many other brands you can say that for.
Well, I'm going to see what's going to happen with Creed.
Well,
because Creed have just been bought out by BlackRock.
Did they release another flanker?
Yeah, Viking Cologne.
Viking Cologne. Here's George. Everybody say hello to George.
Hi, everybody.
What's up, George?
Hello,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Hi, Doc. Hi, Eugene.
Hi.
I love talking luxury and the business of luxury. But I got to tell you guys something to think about. You have a company like Chanel and LVMH. Think about all of the luxury brands that you just mentioned and how much fragrance and cosmetics are sold in 120 markets all over the world. Massive. And when you look at a company like Chanel that uses the same glass, they'll go to the vendors and they'll say, let's say, Bros is in France. They'll go to Bros, the glass company, and say, I'm going to buy 10 million bottles this year of glass bottles, but I'm only going to pay 30 cents for it, 30 euros. And you do that to the cap people, to the box people, and all of a sudden now you have a bottle of fragrance that costs maybe 30 cents and you're selling it for whatever you're selling it for. I'm not saying Chanel, I'm just giving an example.
Yeah.
Massive business. And Chanel, a fashion house like Chanel is vertically integrated too, right? They have, they down to the feather makers. They purchased, what's it called? Lissage, which does the beading. So they own the whole process. Also because these companies can no longer be in business. They were about to go into bankruptcy, and Chanel bought it all for their haute couture and they're ready to wear. It's incredible when I think about it. I get excited because I just love this sector.
Yeah. It is. It's Chanel especially as well. Chanel don't outsource anything, like, at all.
No. And and it's owned by the Wertheimer family. And you know this, Rich. I know you know this. And Eugene, like I use you as an example because I just think the world of you. And if anyone would ever make a luxury, could ever do luxury, it would be someone like you. And I use you as an example, and I say that, let's say Chanel will go to Eugene, and they're like, Chanel doesn't go to anyone, but Chanel has Frederic Fekkai. At one time, it invested in what's his name, Isaac Mizrahi. I think they still own his name, and so Chanel and Hermes. Hermes makes investments. These bigger fashion houses, Hermes, Chanel, Vuitton, Gucci. They make investments in smaller companies.
Yeah, they got a clause in, so they can like steer them.
So in a way, they're doing kind of what Louis Vuitton Mode Hennessy is, but on a smaller scale. Is that what you're saying, George?
I think Chanel is massive. I think what they're able to do, like, it's LVMH, Moet Hennessy, Louis Vuitton. I know it gets on, like, my OCD kicks in, so I'm not correcting. I'm just saying that they flip it. LVMH, Moet Hennessy, Louis Vuitton. Anyway.
Isn't that how some of the biggest corporations in the world work, regardless of what sector it is? Like, let's take even social media. You have Google buying up all these smaller companies and either integrating them within Google or dissecting them and getting rid of them altogether. And you see Facebook is buying Instagram and what other social media companies there are. And we see this now in luxury goods. Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy is doing that. You saw it in mixed martial arts with UFC and Dana White purchasing these smaller mixed martial arts brands. They're taking out the best fighters and literally destroying that brand just to keep their name on top. So it seems like that's kind of a pattern I've noticed for big brands to stay on top, is to buy smaller ones and take the best resources and assets from them and then literally destroy that smaller brand.
Well, if you think about it, right, it's mergers and acquisitions, right, 101. But when you think about this, let's say I take ZAHAROFF public. I go public with ZAHAROFF. I open up 1,200, 1,400 boutiques all over the world. And then what? And that's what happened with Michael Kors. They oversaturated the market, and then you can't grow. There's only so many licenses and handbags you could make. There comes a time when you mature. Like every business will hit maturity. Then what did Michael Kors do, or what do companies do? They start buying up. Their growth doesn't come now within. It comes by buying other companies to either grow or to get market share, or to shut them down. A lot of these companies buy companies to take their IP, intellectual property, and just put it in a vault and never use it. Take it out of the market.
Right.
They get rid of the plurality. They get rid of the plurality as well. You see, this is why we're stuck at the minute with a lot of the stuff that's the same. Why we're complaining about perfumes being the same, because a lot of these companies, they've got different names, but they're owned by the same companies that source them. And if you source things through a single company, you'll get everything cheaper. Like LVMH will source the bottles for MALLE, because they can buy in more bulk. But what they'll do is as well, they'll source the same. You know how I said that the lavender in Beau de Jour is the same as the lavender in Music for a While? If you smell those two fragrances, and I think I don't know if those two companies are owned by the same people, but I think what they've done is they've used the same supplier, because because they're so big, and because they're owned by these umbrella companies. They can go in and buy like George was saying about Chanel with the bottles. They'll go in and they say, "We want 10 million bottles, but I'm only giving you 30 cents a bottle." What they can do the same thing with ingredient suppliers. And then what they do is they take the ingredients and they share them amongst the brands that they've got underneath their umbrella. And that's where you get. This is why a lot of perfumes smell very similar for me, because they come out from the same, the source the same. Everything's. I don't want to say it's inbred, but it's very there's no plurality. There's not enough plurality, is what I should say. Everything's owned by the same people, and they're doing the same things, and there's no sort of competitions being stifled. If you go back 30, sorry,
I completely interrupted you. I'm very sorry, Rich. Please, I'm sorry.
No, go on. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The machine is so massive, and the machine is there's so much money. You start creating trends. And I have said, I don't know if I told you this, Eugene, but DuPont creates all the colors 5 years in advance, colors and patterns and what the trends are going to be in the fashion industry 5 years in advance. And it trickles down to all of the paints for cars and upholstery, and because there's only so many mills left. So twice a year, I would go to. I had a license with Heartmarks that did my suits from 2002 to 2009 when they filed bankruptcy, and then I went with Brooks Brothers at 2010 to 2017, 18 when they went into financial difficulties, and again, hold on. So anyway, I would go to the same mills that that everyone else goes to. And DuPont creates the yarns and the colors that gives it to the mills that then you have the designers picking the fabrics from. And that's why you'll see all green one season or all a certain shade of pink. Like right now, we're living in this antique colors. So it's not yellows. It's like a mustard yellow. It's like the color of your, well, you have the duck is yellow, but like the nose of your duck is like that saffron color. And they get together once a year in Paris, the big fashion houses and the department stores, and they will dictate what the trends are for that year. They don't leave it up. The same thing is with fragrance. You start to create trends where then it makes people buy. You get old stuff and new stuff. And when it comes to fragrance, and this is just my opinion, it's been dumbed down. You're getting this. It's the Zara effect. It's this fast everything, and they're not investing the money in the research and development of fragrances like they used to. And a lot of these master perfumers, when you talk to them, they complain. You know what you should do? I don't know if he would do it, Eugene. You should get Claude Deer on here. Get a master perfumer. The two of you could talk to him. He would he'll tell you everything. I mean, it's incredible.
Do you think he'd be willing to come on?
I think so.
I'd gladly have him on.
I could ask him.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Yes, I would love that. I'm sure the chat would love that as well.
And you know, when Cody, like you have Cody that gets like a Mugler, Clarins, when Clarins had Mugler, that was their crown jewel for forever. And I'm going off on a tangent here, but you have the company that will buy a Mugler, and then they'll go to the perfumer and say, okay, we pay $300 a kilo for this oil. It needs to smell the same way, and we're gonna pay, $75 a kilo, and that's when you start seeing things reformulated.
Yeah.
And I found something out because I started selling to Australia. I have Australian sandalwood in signature, and because there's a law that once you export the sandalwood, it can't come back in.
Oh.
And I was like, what the fuck? And
what's the reason for that?
It's just certain agreements that they have. It's the laws. I have no idea, but I got a huge lesson on global fragrance 101 that I'm fascinated by. So like in the past, because of all the laws and all the shit that has happened in the past 15 years, am I talking too much?
No, go on.
No.
We love listening to you.
No, definitely not.
So back in the past, when I sold with Quest, so the original Zaharoff was made by Quest. It was a beautiful French boutique fragrance house. I love them. They made the Parfum in 90 whatever, and then the Pour Homme in 98. They had the fillers. You could fill in Singapore or in the south of France or in Buenos Aires, and it would be okay. It would be the same ingredients. I'm moving my production. I'm moving half of the production to France, and working with one in Brazil. And I said to Man, I go, do me a favor, send some sample oils to France and to Rio de Janeiro, the thing. And they're like, it doesn't work that way. I go, what? Brazil can't make it and send it? And they're like, no, there's certain laws that the perfumers in these countries can't have certain ingredients that say the U.S. can. And I'm like, I never knew that. And I was making requests that I thought I could make, that I could make in the 90s and the aughts, the thousands, but I couldn't do it in Brazil. I couldn't do it now. So if I wanted to fill, and this is what's so fucked up. If I wanted to fill in Brazil, I would have to send the oil from Man USA.
Right. It sounds
And
like a simple request that you're making, but because of red tape or whatever it is not possible.
it's crazy. And there's so many types of lavender, or like for example patchouli. The patchouli that is at Mon in Grasse is different than the patchouli that is Mon Brazil or Mon USA. And this is why it's and in certain markets I can't sell signature.
What's the reason for that?
And that is just because the laws are different about ingredients. Because I have the paperwork, like I opened up Chile. The Chilean government is so strict. I had to account for every oil.
Wow.
I had to submit all of the tests. And they want to know the factory that it was made in. It has to be ISO approved. Some BS international group comes and rates and to make sure that how they made the oils and mixed it were legit. It's just crazy. It's incredible, but it's crazy. And if it wasn't for Mon, I couldn't sell my fragrances in other countries. It got so complicated for me to bring ZAHAROFF USA to Europe. Is that that's why I opened an office and started filling in France. And I can't just fill and say I'm in the US and I'm getting orders and just have the fulfillment center that's filling ZAHAROFF send it directly there. Because I'm shipping from France, I need to have a company set up in the European Union to account for it. Because I'm creating a taxable event by producing and shipping, even though I'm selling but collecting the money in the US. I can't do that.
Sounds complicated, George, I'll be honest. Sounds like there's a lot going on there.
But what do you do, Eugene? How do you grow?
Right.
And that's why you have to have good manufacturing partners, because Mon takes care of all of this already, because they have to for everyone else. And it's fragrances and flavors. Right? So it's the same company that does Chanel No. 5, does Tide soap, raspberry, and then does, Jello brand. Yeah.
Yeah, you were mentioning that the patchouli smells different in Brazil than it does where else did you mention? I don't know.
France. France.
So,
yeah.
And I think that would be true for a lot of ingredients or naturals, and just growing in different segments of the world and having different climate conditions or whatever it can be. So lavender in different parts of the world will smell different.
It's crazy. And that's when you say someone will say I bought, Polo Sport in India and it smells different than Polo Sport in Germany. And it's because that's true. They will even tweak a fragrance for a certain market. Yeah. I found that out. This was a big meeting a couple weeks ago that I had with Mon. You're going to learn all this, Eugene. I have a feeling you're going to be in the same meetings I am in one day.
Yeah, hopefully I can learn from you.
Yeah, I was going to say, Eugene, have you sorted out your distribution yet?
No, I have not.
I
have
Eugene,
not.
I have a, if I may, opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one, including myself. Eugene's distribution for phase 1 is Canada, USA.
Yeah.
Is that what you think?
I'm sorry?
Is that what you think? Is that what you suggest?
Oh, yeah, because as you grow into it, in other words, your main distribution will be Canada, USA. And if you get an order from the UK or France or Japan or wherever, you ship it from your place in Canada. And then as you grow and you have, you start having stores, you start having perfumeries in Europe wanting your stuff, or the Middle East, then you open distribution there.
Yeah, I never thought. I honestly haven't put much thought in that yet. I know it's coming, but there's other hurdles I need to tackle before that.
If anyone could do them, it's you.
I'm sure many people will be, but yeah, it's something I got to deal with. And I'm sure everything's going to work out just the way it's supposed to when the time comes. I'm confident it will. I actually thought, I don't know how my Canadian market will be. I think the US will be large and Europe will be large too. I think I have
made in Canada.
Sorry?
Put made in Canada on it.
Was that Rich?
Put made in Canada on.
Made in Canada. George, do I have to put a made in country on the box?
Yes.
You do, eh?
Yeah.
So,
and you have to do a whole bunch. I'll send it to you of what the layout. Actually, yeah, because I had to change my boxes. This new batch that I'm doing right now, I had to change the box. What I would do if I were you is I would have the box, all the things that you need, so you could sell to everywhere, Russia, the U.S., Europe, Australia. And that way you're done. You have your boxes, just like your Guerlain. You have a Guerlain box there, don't you?
Yeah. Well, I got a Celine box here.
So it's written in 20 languages. Russian.
Well, there's there's Arabic and English on here.
So that no Russian?
Hang on, I don't see any Russian. Let me get rid of this.
And so they probably have boxes just for that. There you go.
That's English and Arabic.
Yeah.
So they must have boxes. They're so fucking massive. They have they probably fill in Russia. No, there's no way. The Russians like their French. That's made in France, right?
I would assume so.
It has to be. I love it.
Yeah, it says Paris right on the front.
But does it say made in France on there somewhere? It does. Does it?
Not.
Do you have the bottle?
It says yes. All right. Yeah, in the middle here, made in France. It says Celine UK Limited, London, and then made in France.
They have the. I'm sure there's. So let me see. Okay, I see that. And the UPC code is for the U.S. market. Do you remember when you look at the UPC code? And I think I told you this, or did we have this discussion that by the UPC code which market your product comes from?
Right. I didn't know that either.
Made in Canada, I don't think anyone's going to care. I think they're going to just care about Eugene.
Well, how do you incorporate made in? Like, how do you define that made? Like, what part has to be, or what percentage of the part needs to be made where?
The place of the final. So you have a bill of materials. How do I say? Okay, the place where all of the components come together, the final place.
Okay.
Right, because the cap could be made in Germany, the bottle in France, the box in England,
right,
and then the dip tube, and then you bring it to Canada and you're filling it. You bring it all together, put it in a box that's made in Canada.
All right, so all my perfumes will be filled in France.
Okay, good.
And then they'll just be shipped over here, packaged and sealed.
So if you're having it filled in France, you should then keep a part of it there. The filler has all the paperwork to get the number. It's an I think ERC. Can you show the bottom of that box again? What the hell is it called? It's ERC. Do you see like an ENC or an ERC on the bottom of the box of the Celine box?
A PC.
No, go ahead.
Let me show. I'll show the box.
Hold on, I'm delayed. It has to go on my. Do you see the fuck? Anyway, there's a number, a European number that you need to have. The filler should be able to get it for you. If I were you, I would leave a chunk of product in France. The filler should be able to help you fulfill.
For the European market.
Yeah, I would not bring it back to Canada because it'll be so much easier for you to fill all your orders.
Okay.
Because for me, it's awful. It's almost $60-$70 a bottle.
Wow. Shipping.
Yeah.
To ship
Yeah,
one bottle to the UK.
I was saying that the other day, Eugene. It's what I was saying the other day. Like shipping is like massive. It's like most of the cost of like perfume is like shipping. Shipping costs have gone through the roof over the last year.
George, have you noticed that shipping has increased over the last couple of years?
It's madness. It's beyond anything I've ever experienced in my life. I can't even explain to you to ship over things that you'd think that would take. Anyway, it's madness, and that's why there've been delays. There's also delays. So not only do they charge you, they don't make it on time. UPS will say we can get it by this, and it's all of a sudden 3 weeks later because there's not enough flights.
Or they're shipping on a boat?
The shipping on the boat, they're 3 weeks at Port of Los Angeles to unload, and once it unloads, there's not enough infrastructure in the U.S. for UPS or whoever the logistics are to move it. So you've got months of delays. It's awful, awful. I can't get sprayers, my pumps from oh my God, what the heck is it called? From France. I just placed an order for December, and it's 50,000 pumps. And they're not going to have it till December. What the hell is a fucking company called? I'm sorry, my language is awful.
Insane.
Saying that if it wasn't coming till December.
There's delays everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would keep going back to you. I would keep ERC number. What? I don't know why I can't think of it. I would keep a chunk of it, Eugene, in Europe, and fulfill orders from there.
Right. Okay.
If the UK was still in the European Union, I'd do it for you.
I'll just ship them all to Duck's place.
That's right. I just like but we're not in the EU anymore. If you want someone to do your UK orders, I'll do that for you. No bother.
The filler should be able to fill out the paperwork, and you could send a pallet of goods to Ducky.
That's right. Just stick them in the garage.
The problem you have, because I tried this too. I have a relative, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to send it to that person. All of a sudden, a pallet arrives, and they get a knock from the tax man.
Yeah.
And that's a problem. So you could send a pallet of fragrances to Rich, and then you'll have, is it the Her Majesty's Excise something customs?
It's the Her Majesty's Revenues and Customs.
There you go. We'll be knocking on your door, and then be asked. It's awful. That's why I had to do it. I had no choice to move to set up in Europe. I can't do that to a friend or
Well, couldn't you just pay that tax bill for them?
You want to have now Rich has all of his, whatever it is, his life in the UK, whatever he has, and all of a sudden I'm going to introduce a wrench.
Right. Right. No, I get it. I know it'd be a lot for anybody.
To start getting the IRS. Imagine the IRS now getting involved. I couldn't do that to people.
Yeah.
Because it's not just the tax, it's the magnifying glass into his life. What are you doing with the money? Where is it going? And then it's a mess. When I did Copley Apparel Group did my clothing in Hamilton, Ontario, and the Canadians wanted access to my revenue so it could be taxed. It took years for me to go through all of that shit to not to tell the Canadian government why I should not be paying taxes in Canada.
Yeah.
You guys could tell I kind of have some experience with this.
Yeah, it sounds like.
Anyway, I love you guys. Thanks for having me on. I don't know, I couldn't read anything in the room, but I love hearing you guys. So I told you I meditate listening to the two of you talk. So lots of
Thanks for
I don't know how you can possibly keep silent or your mind silent while we're going off on fragrance. But George, thanks for coming on. Always appreciate listening to you and your input. Congratulations on the Z Creators, your newest project. I hope everything's working out for you. Wish you all the best.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Take care.
Cheers, cheers, George.
And just like that, he's gone.
And just like that.
Love George.
Yes.
So much insight, eh?
That's right. You just think you've got all that to come. To labor of love. Don't send pallets to my house. I won't be dealing with the tax man.
I would never.
I take it all back. I would have if I thought we could get away with it, you know what I mean? But clearly we can't.
No, and it's got to be done properly.
Excuse me. That was epic. I enjoyed that.
It was good, yeah.
Why are you putting that? What's with this towel over your shoulder these days?
You know what? I like to wipe my bottles, like they're dusty, or I just like to wipe the fingerprints off.
Polish them.
Yeah, I like to polish them, but I don't like to lose my towel at this. If I put it down, I don't want to look for it. And my trusty towel, I know where it is. It's right there.
That's right, Garçon. It's just, I just imagine you just like walking into a boutique one day and you just stand there polishing the bottles like with a towel over your shoulder.
A bartender at a perfume counter.
That's right. That's exactly what it is. You know what I mean? You release call one of your perfumes Bloody Mary.
There you go. Bloody Mary. All right. Is that it?
I'm pretty happy. It's 1 o'clock in the morning here. I feel pretty great. I'm ready for sleep.
Sounds good. We've been at it for over 2 hours.
I know we did 1 hour. We did 2 hours like the last time we were on as well.
Yeah, I think it's a perfect time. 4 hours might be a little bit too much.
Yeah.
They started off as 2 hours and then they moved into 3 hours. And as time went on, we crept into 4 hours. I don't think we've broken 5, but 2 is like a good round number.
Yeah, 2's good. 2's good as well. If we'd started a bit earlier, when we start earlier, then I can go on a bit longer.
Right.
The thing is the quality of the stream stays high as well when it's 2 hours. When you get into like 3.5, 4 hours, it's like I feel like my performance tails off.
See, they're already bitching and moaning. Look at this. The streams are getting shorter and shorter. You know, I got to organize to have some more people come on. Maybe we can get Zhao back on.
Get Bernardo back on as well.
Maybe we can get Tara back on with Zhao. Maybe we can get Bernardo. Yeah. A 24-hour stream.
Oh, fuck that.
24-hour stream. I would need some co-hosts. Let me see. 24-hour stream would probably be best saved for the weekend. And maybe we get Rudy down here as well for 24 hours.
Yeah.
And I'm looking, the earliest I can do that would be like the 3rd weekend of June.
You can keep that to yourself. I'll not be fucking partaking. I might partake in it.
You'll be there. There's nowhere else you'd rather be.
Oh God.
It's 24 hours.
It just sounds like such a mission. That would hang over us. That would hang over me until it like happened, and then when it was happening, I'd just be asleep after like 3 hours. I'd just be like, oh.
If I wasn't so busy at work, I would take a day off and just stream, but I got to go to work.
That's right. Excuse me. Ugh. I wouldn't care. I used to be up all night as well. Like in my younger days, I used to be like a proper night owl. Now I'm like falling asleep. My younger self would be absolutely aghast at the fact I'm like getting tired at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, Joey did a
Crazy.
24-hour last year.
Yeah, Killer did one as well. Killer Frags. He did one as well.
Killa
Yeah.
used to stream regularly on like 8 or 9 hours long.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, well, he's Welsh. They never shut up. That's the,
That's
I love it.
a long damn time, man, to be sitting in one spot.
He used to get pissed as well when he was doing it. And I think that makes streaming a lot easier as well. I imagine, like if you're having a few drinks with a few people. He used to have mates come round as well, didn't he? Like he used to have his mates come round, and like help him stream as well.
He shaved his head on the stream.
Well,
Do you remember that
yeah.
one?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I've watched most of them.
Come third week of June, it's going to be really hot out. Do you think anybody's going to want to sit here and watch us stream for 24 hours? That kind of sounds crazy now that I think about it.
Yeah, maybe do it in the winter or something like that.
But Sandy's saying it's actually a good time. I don't know, man.
Midsummer is a good time for doing it. But like, do it outside. You can take everybody to feed the ducks.
Yeah, that'd be a good
everybody
idea.
to feed the ducks. We could like discuss perfume with the ducks. That would be good. Ask the ducks what they've been wearing recently.
Do you think
any bottles in?
Do you think the duck smokes quack?
Does the duck smoke quack?
Yes, Daniel.
Damn right. Absolutely smoke quack.
Well, if we were going to do it, that gives me enough time to get some people to commit.
Oh God, I'll probably do the first 3 hours and then that'll be it. I don't think you'll stay up. I don't think you'll stay up. You what? Don't overthink it. Just stream.
Yeah,
live feed of your bottles. We will like show up and chat with each other. That's right. Yeah. Just like sit and talk about perfume like we usually do. We never have a topic. We rarely have a topic. Sorry.
Who needs a topic? I think this is much better now that I thought about it.
Oh, 23 hours. We might be able to sample all the Montals in 24 hours. Oh God. Can you imagine doing that to yourself?
Sandy,
all the Montals.
Sandy's I'm not sure if he's talking to me, but he would contribute to come on a live. Yeah, that'd be great.
Sandy, come on. It's a nice car he's got in his picture, isn't it? I don't know what it is, but it looks nice. It's vintage. That's why I think it looks nice.
You know, I used to feed them bread, and then somebody would be like, stop feeding them bread. It's not good for them or the water or the river because it causes mold. So I was like, all right, so what did ducks and geese eat? And I looked it up, and it's like they love rice, and it's good for them, and it's good for the rivers. So
yeah,
now
that's what they use. That's what they use. They use ducks in the rice paddies, and it keeps away all it keeps away all like the pests. Ducks are really good for like fighting pests.
Are they?
I fought off a couple of pests on YouTube.
Have ya?
I have. I fought them off, packed them with me beak.
Ducks are aggressive, eh? I watch their behavior, and the male ducks, they don't like being around each other, and they'll fight each other until the other one leaves. They don't get too close to each other. Oh yeah, and they'll actually fly through the air, chasing each other, pecking.
Oh fuck! In midair.
In midair. Oh yeah, I've seen it. The females aren't as aggressive, but the males, the mallards, they're like 12-year-old boys, you know, constantly pushing and shoving and fighting and pulling hair and scratching and making fun of. That's literally what they do. They just constantly like pecking, chasing them through the water, and then it turns into a flight.
Oh shit!
Yeah, Duck Fight Club. That's literally what it is.
Duck Club.
Kangar's offered to
Oh.
come on. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll round up some people.
Round them up. Oh. Right, I'm going. I'm tired.
Yeah, it's a good time. All right, Richie.
Thanks very much.
Thanks for coming on. I appreciate you. Hope you're feeling better after your steak. Maybe it was
That's right.
steak you had. Maybe it was.
I don't think it was the steak. It wasn't a huge problem. Like if it was the steak, I imagine the problem would have been much greater. I don't know how, and I had my steak medium as well. I can't see how a medium steak would ever like, it was grain fed. I don't know, maybe what grain. It depends what the grains they'd been feeding it.
Probably wasn't bloody enough.
Ugh, bloody steak. No good. Yuck.
All right, chat. Thanks
Perfect.
everybody for coming on. We'll see you again soon. Maybe tomorrow. Don't hold your breath.
Yes.
Mitch, thank you. Thanks, chat.
Thank you.
See y'all soon.